Let's start with what's happening in the United States. You alluded to it. They are literally rounding people up. It's a kind of fascism. People are being told to self-deport. If they know that their social media contains criticisms of Israel, they should self-deport. And if they don't, they'll be huckled in the street by masked men, lots of masked men, even if they are a little girl from Turkey, from Tufts University, surrounded by men whose faces she could not see, who produced no documentation, who handcuffed her and took her away. I was waiting for the shot in the back of her head. I thought it was a scene from Syria, from ISIS, Al-Qaeda controlled Syria. What on earth is happening in what used to call itself the land of the free?
It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's really a complete attack on free speech by the so-called pro-free speech, Make America Great Again movement. And I will say that there's many within the MAGA movement who are opposed to what's happening. The genuine organic roots of the MAGA movement are opposed to what's happening. But there's so many fakes and fraudsters. And then, of course, at the top, you have someone who is the least MAGA of all, Donald Trump and the Kushners and all these ilk who are really, there couldn't be further from the embodiment of what the true spirit of MAGA is. And the most important thing, as Ron Paul always says, is we have to protect free speech. The last speech that Ron Paul gave on the U.S. House floor was about the need to protect free speech. And now we see today just how important that is. I'll say, just briefly, it's baffling to me and disgusting that our government is deporting people, lawful residents, even green card holders, over their opinions against Israel and in support of the resistance. Because it was the United States who had a very similar founding. My ancestors came to America on the Mayflower. They fought in the American Revolution. And the American revolutionaries were called terrorists. You know, they took civilian hostages. They were fighting for their freedom against an asymmetric power, a foreign aggressor. They were fighting for freedom of movement so they could develop further west. And they were fighting for what they saw as their basic freedoms. And if you look at the struggle in Gaza today, it's really the exact same, except it's much worse. The asymmetric power is far more gruesome. So I don't see how any American could oppose the resistance of the Palestinians and those in the axes of resistance.